So while there's so many potential leaks and rumors coming out about the next generation Nintendo system or the Nintendo Switch 2, today I decided to make a video just giving my personal thoughts and speculating about exactly how Nintendo is going to go through 2024 with the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 imminent. And so in this video, I'm going to show you guys my blueprint for the Nintendo timeline of 2024 and how I feel like they're going to go with the reveals and the announcements and all of that, and just give my speculation on it. And then if somebody could remember this video at the end of the year in like November or December and let me know on like Twitter or Discord or something, we can come back to this video and see how accurate I was. And you guys can also comment your predictions on how you feel that Nintendo is going to go throughout the year, and we can see who was the closest to being correct. Alright, so starting off, we are currently in the month of January, and if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I don't think that Nintendo is going to be doing anything this month. I know there's some people speculating that there might be something happening, maybe a Nintendo Direct, which I think I'm going to make a video on that at some point too, but I don't really think that we're getting anything specifically this month. Now next month in February is going to be pretty important, as there's a couple of things that are happening there, and I do feel like there is going to be some stuff from Nintendo happening next month too. So the first thing is right away on February 6th, there's actually going to be a 9 months earning release that Nintendo is going to be releasing from like their financial department, and I feel like there might also be like a business meeting that's going to happen there too with like their shareholders and like people who invest a lot of stock into Nintendo and just asking questions. And I do feel like this meeting is kind of going to be a mess, because a lot of investors are probably going to say like, so what are you planning with the Nintendo Switch 2, or like how are you going to feel about the next system? And I feel like we're probably going to get the same generic answer from the Nintendo president, Mr. Furukawa, where he's going to be like, yeah, at this time, you know, Nintendo Switch is doing well and we don't really have any plans for anything at the moment, and he's just going to give some generic answer and not really mention anything about the next system. Now February is also the time where we've gotten a Nintendo Direct for pretty much most of the Nintendo Switch's generation, as there was a February Direct in 2019, in 2021, in 2022, and also last year in 2023. And so I'm expecting a February Direct to happen this year as well, but this one is going to be special, as this February Direct is probably going to be the final Nintendo Direct that's going to focus exclusively on the current Nintendo Switch that we have right now, and it's mainly just going to act as a very big cleanup Direct for the current Nintendo Switch era. And for that, we're probably going to get release dates for like the Luigi's Mansion 2 remake, Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door remake, and things like that. Maybe some announcements for some other smaller scale remakes and ports, but you're not really going to be seeing like any crazy big announcements inside of this Direct. But now moving into March, I'm not expecting anything big from Nintendo to happen during March either, and I know there's some people thinking that the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal might happen in March, but I don't know, for me the thing that's kind of making me not think that it's gonna happen is that Princess Peach game. And I know it's just a simple Princess Peach game and it's not like anything crazy like a huge scale, super insane AAA budget game or anything like that, but I just feel like the Princess Peach game, like having that game come out towards the end of March and then having the reveal for like the next generation Nintendo system just a week or so before or even after it, just really wouldn't be the right decision to do. So I feel like for the month of March, they're just gonna kind of let that month go by, maybe some like trailers and things for the Peach game and just other announcements, but anything major. And also the other important thing that's happening at the very end of March is the end of the Nintendo fiscal year, as that is going to be ending on March 31st, 2024. And so the Nintendo fiscal year ending is basically like the end of their financial year and calculating all the sales and profits and things that they've had throughout selling all of their systems and games and everything for that financial year. And then starting in April, it's going to start their next financial year, and that is going to be a brand new one. And that's why I feel like it's going to be the perfect time to then do the announcement for the next generation system. The Nintendo president, Mr. Shintaro Furukawa, has said multiple times that there isn't going to be any new hardware releasing in this fiscal year, and so of course you can interpret that as just him saying like there isn't going to be any new system coming out by March 31st, 2024, but I also feel like he's talking about the reveal for that too, where they're not going to be talking about any future hardware or doing any announcement or reveal until this fiscal year is over. And so with April being the start of the next new fiscal year for Nintendo and their next brand new business year, I think having that start off with the announcement for their next generation system would honestly make the most sense. And so I'm predicting the very first thing that we're going to hear about the Nintendo Switch 2 from Nintendo themselves is going to be in April, and that's when they're going to give us the official reveal trailer for this system. Now, I'm really hoping that for this, they decide to do exactly what they did with the current Nintendo Switch, which is tell us a day or so in advance, as if you remember with the Nintendo Switch, the night before it was going to be shown, Nintendo put up a tweet saying like, be among the first to discover NX and watch the preview trailer tomorrow morning at this time, and it generated so much hype. There was so much excitement in the air for what they were going to show, what the trailer was going to be like, how long it was going to be, and it was very, very exciting, and I really want them to do the exact same thing. Like, if Nintendo doesn't know by now, people are very excited for the Nintendo Switch 2. Like, Nintendo Switch 2 is always trending on Twitter, so many people are excited for this system, and the worst thing that they could do is just have a shadow drop where like one day we just wake up and we see on YouTube it's been uploaded like introducing the Super Nintendo Switch or something like that. Like, definitely make it an event, make people aware when this is going to happen, what time it's going to drop, and it's going to create so much excitement. And of course, if they give us a time, there's going to be so much excitement and people are going to be able to stream it and record their reactions, and it's just going to feel really special. Now, in terms of the actual reveal trailer itself, I'm expecting it to be very similar to what they did with the current Nintendo Switch, where it's probably going to be like a 2 or 3 minute trailer, and it's just going to give us like a little tease of what the system is going to be like, show us what the system is going to look like from the outside, the designs for the new controllers, the Joy-Cons, the dock, things like that, and also tease some of the brand new games that are going to be on it. So like with the Switch reveal trailer, we got to see a little tease of Super Mario Odyssey with like the Mario jumping around in the Sand Kingdom. We got a little tease for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because they showed us a race with King Boo, and at the time King Boo wasn't in Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, so we were like, is this a new Mario Kart game? What is this? And then they also gave us a little tease for Splatoon 2. And so I definitely feel like we're going to see something like this with the Switch 2 as well. It's heavily rumored that the Switch 2 is going to launch with the next 3D Mario game, so we're probably going to get a tease of that game and see what it's going to look like inside of this reveal trailer, but we're also probably going to see a big third-party game that's also going to be on the Switch 2, as if you remember for the original Switch trailer, they showed us Elder Scrolls V Skyrim running on the system, and that was like a big exciting thing for so many people because we were like, wow, the Switch is able to run Skyrim, like you can play that on the go, that's huge, that's really big, and I really feel like the game this time around is going to be Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a very loved game, and it is multi-platform, being on PlayStation and Xbox and PC, but it's not on any Nintendo system, and I feel like they would definitely want to have that game on a Nintendo system, and so if the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be as powerful as what the rumors are saying, I'm definitely expecting it to be at least as powerful, or slightly more powerful I hope, than a base PS4, and Elden Ring was able to come out for the PS4, so it should be able to run very easily on the Nintendo Switch 2, and having a big game like this coming out on launch day or just showing that it's going to be on the system would definitely get a lot of people excited, like what happened with Skyrim for the original Switch. And then the reveal trailer is probably just going to end with saying like coming 2024, coming this holiday, something like that, and we're probably not going to get like an actual date, maybe not even a month like what we had with the Switch where they said coming in March 2017. It would be nice, but I feel like it's probably just going to be a simple look at exactly what the system is going to look like and seeing some of the games running on it. And so after this, it's really going to be the official start for the marketing and the promotional cycle for the Nintendo Switch 2, and they're probably just going to give us this reveal trailer to chew on for a few months and not really give us any type of brand new information until the summer. So in summer 2024, in like around June or July, is when I'm expecting there to be like a big blowout presentation for the Nintendo Switch 2, and that's pretty much exactly what they did with the current Nintendo Switch, where it happened actually on this day, which is why I made sure to make this video come out today, as today is actually the 7-year anniversary for the Nintendo Switch presentation that happened in January of 2017, and I still think this is the best Nintendo event that they've ever done. This was the event where they gave us the very in-depth look at the Nintendo Switch, showing us exactly what the controllers were going to be like, how the system was going to look, and some of the huge games that were going to be coming out on the system, as they had multiple Nintendo Direct finishing level types of games being announced back to back. Like, we got to see a brand new 3D Mario with Super Mario Odyssey, we got to see Splatoon 2 revealed for the first time, we got to see Xenoblade Chronicles 2, we got to see games like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild get that incredible trailer at the very end and say that it's going to be a launch title for the system, and they also gave us a lot of like other like brand new IPs like ARMS. It was just amazing because all of this was happening in person as well. We had all of these developers coming on stage showing us the system and everything, and it was just a really fun special time. And this presentation was also where we got other information, like exactly when the system was going to be coming out, and the release date for it, how much it was going to cost, when pre-orders were going to be available, the different bundles that you could buy, and so it was definitely a very informative presentation. And I actually remember they announced this Nintendo Switch presentation like a day or so after they announced the Nintendo Switch for the first time with the reveal trailer, and so they could honestly do the exact same thing again, where after they reveal the Switch 2 in April, they could put up a tweet saying like, if you're interested in learning more, then tune in for the Super Nintendo Switch presentation happening on this day in June or July, and you can learn more information this summer. And honestly, just having a presentation like this again would just be so exciting. Like, this was before I was even making like YouTube videos really in terms of like streams, so I never even streamed this event, but I really wish that I did. I remember I was in 11th grade, I was watching this at midnight, I had a calculus test the next day, but it was just so much fun looking at all this stuff like Super Mario Odyssey and Splatoon 2, and it was just amazing. And with how much the Nintendo Switch has grown now, there are over 100 million people with a Nintendo Switch. Like, there is going to be exponentially way more people tuning in and way more people excited for the Nintendo Switch 2 presentation, and this would already make it like one of the most memorable things for the entire Switch 2 generation if they have another event like this. Like, even the Nintendo account on Twitter that day was messing around because somebody put up a tweet saying like, leave your cookies out for Reggie tonight, like we're definitely gonna watch this Nintendo Switch presentation, and then they replied with Reggie actually eating cookies saying like, thank you for the nice message and like make sure to tune in. Like, even the Nintendo account on Twitter was messing around. It was just a really fun time, and I can't wait to go to this type of experience again if they decide to do something like this with the Nintendo Switch 2. But really, after this presentation in the summer, we're pretty much going to know everything we need to know about the Nintendo Switch 2. We're going to know exactly how much it's going to cost, when it's going to be coming out, the launch games for it, when pre-orders are available. So at that time, like, we're not really going to need anything else. It's really just going to become a matter of waiting till pre-orders are available so that you can get your own, and just waiting for the system to come out. Now, a September Nintendo Direct has also been something that has happened for multiple years in the Nintendo Switch generation, and I still feel like we're probably going to get a September Direct that's going to happen this year as well, but this one might be interesting because there's a chance that they might just not do it because of the Nintendo Switch 2 presentation, and that might be like what they're going to have for the entire rest of the year. But if we do get a September Nintendo Direct, it is definitely going to be one where now they're going to talk about Switch 2 games, but also Switch 1 games as well, because they're not going to stop making games for the current Nintendo Switch, as there's probably still going to be games coming out from that and also third parties. But now we're going to have it where it's going to be like two different systems are going to be talked about in a Nintendo Direct, like what they did with like the 3DS and the Nintendo Switch, like during the start of the Nintendo Switch era. And it's probably going to be like that with the Switch 2 and the Switch 1 for a little bit until they start exclusively being just about the Nintendo Switch 2. But with all of that, in terms of the actual release for the system, I am expecting this system to come out during the holiday time of this year, and so I'm expecting it to release somewhere around October or November. I feel like that's when it makes the most sense to release the system, right before Thanksgiving and Black Friday and the big holiday shopping season where everybody is going to be shopping for Christmas, and hopefully by then they can actually have like a lot more stock and inventory, so that way people aren't really scalping the system and it becomes really difficult for people who want to get one day one, and that way you're not like at a McDonald's at 2 a.m. in like some shady parking lot making a deal with somebody for like $700 to get yourself a Switch 2. So I really do hope that Nintendo has a ton available for everybody who wants to get one day one. But yeah, that is pretty much the timeline that I have for Nintendo this year in 2024. So just like a diagram to kind of see everything in perspective again, we're probably not going to get anything in January, but next month in February, there's probably going to be a Nintendo Direct, and it's going to be a cleanup Direct for the current Nintendo Switch. They're just going to give us the release dates for like Paper Mario, Luigi's Mansion, maybe some other smaller scale ports and things like that, but nothing really too big. Now, I'm not expecting anything big to happen in March either. They're probably just going to be wrapping up the current Nintendo Switch era, and they've got that Princess Peach game coming out, so they're not really going to be talking about the next system anywhere there. But then moving into April and the start of the brand new fiscal year for Nintendo, that is when we're finally going to get the reveal trailer for the next Nintendo system, and it's going to be like the first look at the Nintendo Switch 2 or whatever they call it, and it's going to be a 2 to 3 minute trailer where they just give us a look at exactly what the system is going to be like, how the controllers are going to look, and some of the teases at the brand new games that are going to be on it. But then after that, we're gonna have to wait until the summer in like June or July, where we're finally gonna get like the big blowout presentation where Nintendo is really gonna give us the in-depth look at the Nintendo Switch 2, show us some of the huge games that they're working on for the system, when they're gonna be coming out, what launch day is gonna look like, and what launch games are gonna be coming out, exactly when the system is gonna be coming out, how much it's gonna cost, all the technical details, the UI, and all of that type of stuff. And it's really gonna be like the big presentation that everybody is going to be looking forward to. But after that presentation, we will pretty much know everything there is to know about the Nintendo Switch 2, and at that point, we're pretty much just kind of waiting until the system comes out. There might be a September Nintendo Direct, as that usually does happen, or maybe they could still talk about some Nintendo Switch 2 games, but also some other stuff that's still going to be wrapping up for the current Nintendo Switch, and then I feel like the system is going to be coming out in holiday 2024 around like October or November. But yeah, there you go guys, that is pretty much my prediction for how I feel like the Nintendo Switch 2 timeline is going to go this year in 2024 with Nintendo, and when they're going to give us the news and the announcements for all the stuff that we're looking forward to. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button, and also subscribe to the channel, as I'm definitely going to have some more Nintendo Switch 2 videos, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. But comment down below and let me know what you guys think about all of this. Do you guys agree with me in terms of my timeline for how the events are going to play out? Do you think that something is going to happen a little bit differently? How do you feel like it's going to go? Definitely be sure to let me know your predictions for how Nintendo is going to go about it with 2024 as well, and that way we can come back to this at the end of the year and see who was the closest to being correct. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.